Tonight, 1 in 10 adults in America not getting enough food to eat. This is according to new numbers from the US Census Bureau. That is 26 million adults. Upfront visiting a Los Angeles food bank that has seen a 145% increase in food distribution since the pandemic began. Many of these people are visiting a food bank for the very first time in their lives.
I lost my job recently, so, it's hard to pay for food.
Both of us are not working right now, and we have 4 kids that we have to feed.
Times are so tough right now. I have a 4-year-old at home, and it's horrible. It's everything that's going on. Thankfully, I still have my job and everything, but it's sometimes still not enough.
Michael Flood is with me now. He is president and CEO of the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank, which is running the food distribution that you just saw. And those people who have lost their jobs with young children, Michael, coming more than doubling of the demand and the food distribution than you saw before the pandemic. So today, I know you were prepared for 1,500 people, and then we could see cars lined up for blocks. These pictures are heart-wrenching. Is this as bad as you've seen it, Michael?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I've been doing this work for more than 30 years, and it's never been at this level of need. And as your interviews indicated, a lot of people new to need, never having sought food assistance before from a food bank or one of our partner agencies, and not sure where to turn, and really worried. A lot of anxiety there with regards to just the uncertainty of the not just the pandemic, but the economic situation and how that's impacted so many families and individuals.
So I know you've distributed like 140 million pounds of food since the pandemic began, if my numbers are right. And
right.
When you hear these stories from people in your lines, that it just amazes me how calm and graceful they are, right? To lose your job and have 4 young children at home, I mean, and food insecure is terrifying. What do people need the most? What are their greatest needs of the people who are coming to your bank right now?
Well, food is a symptom of other needs, and there's such a crunch on the budgets for so many families and individuals. People are trying to keep that roof over their heads. We live in an area of very high housing costs going into this pandemic, and those costs continue. So, really, we're looking for, immediately more food to be able to continue these distributions. But we really are lending our voice to DC to get something done, because the families we're seeing, they don't see light at the end of the tunnel right now. They're right into the middle of this, experiencing great anxiety about feeding themselves, feeding their families, meeting all their bills. So we really are leading our voice and lending our voice out there for Congress and the administration to get something done.
So when we spoke to some of the people waiting at your food bank today, you heard some of them, but what you're doing is essential. And I just wanted to play a few more individuals, what they had to say.
Sure.
Food banks are the necessity. I mean, how do we get what we need, unless we have this help?
I'm so appreciative of the food bank and everything that everybody's doing over here. It's awesome.
There are many people, Michael, around the country who are wondering what they can do to help. People who are lucky enough to not need to go to the food bank. What can people do?
Well, check out your local food bank through the Feeding America network at feedingamerica.org. You can volunteer your time, too, for those that don't have financial resources to contribute right now. But we really are looking for those types of resources. Most of the food and financial resources we receive are private. And also USDA has played an important role here, too, and we want that to continue into 2021. Because, again, there's been a lot of surplus food we've all tapped into that we need to keep that flowing also so we can reach as many families and individuals as possible.
Michael, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And next,